What's up, guys? So today it's going to be a real short video and the update, and I'm going to walk you through all the parts that I've just gotten so far. I still got a ton more parts on the way, but it is super cool stuff, and we are this much closer to actually starting the legitimate HEMI swap process. There are some things that I have now that I can start doing, and I'll make some videos on that. And then once I get a few of the crucial parts that I really legitimately need, then the actual entire documentary in depth on how to do the HEMI swap will commence. So that being said, check this out. Okay, so first up on the list is a bunch of stuff that I got from Holley, and there's still more things on the way from them, but let's just check out a couple things here. So here is the Hydromat fuel sock, and then what this is the EFI conversion fuel sender and fuel pump built in one unit, so that way you don't have to buy like a new tank, like an EFI a compliant tank. You can literally just stick this in and it's already set up, ready to go for you. And man, that thing is sweet. Super stoked on that. And then it comes with, like, you know, the little lock ring and gasket and whatnot. So that's that. Okay, and so over here we've got the belle of the ball, the Holley Terminator X Max. Boom! So here's the computer, and this will run your engine. This will run your fly-by-wire pedal, and this will actually run certain automatic transmissions. So the Terminator X will just power just the engine, but the X Max will power engine, fly-by-wire pedal, and again, specific automatic transmissions. So obviously, I need to get this because I'm running the fly-by-wire pedal. So then here's the whole wiring harness for it. It's got like an O2 sensor that has anti-seize on there, so don't touch it, otherwise it'll just get everywhere. And then it comes like the little LCD screen that'll show you everything that's going on with the engine. And then these little guys are friggin' awesome. These are the ignition coil drivers that will power the coils. And again, more wiring for it. So huge thanks to Holley for sending this stuff. And again, there's more stuff on the way from them. And this is a extremely crucial part to the build. It's going to be amazing. So moving on to the frostbite stuff. So this is the radiator. Is a all aluminum 3-core radiator. And dudes, this thing is magnanimous. It is beautiful, and it is a huge radiator. These things need to be cooled, and I want to make sure that it's got plenty of, hey, you can see me, what's up? So I want to make sure it's got plenty of cooling, so I don't need to worry about that. So in order to keep this cool, they also sent the 16-inch flat fan. Let me just grab that out here for you. Boom, check that out. That is badass. So on the back here, it's got like a little table that explains everything about the fan. So you can look at your part number right here, 301000400, and it shows you, you know, low profile fan. It is a straight blade. It's a polar fan. Here's the dimensions for it and whatnot. And then in here is the fan shroud itself. And I've kind of peeled back this corner so you can see the super awesome stainless steel there. Pretty rad. So stoked to get this and the Holley Terminator X system set up. And then once I get suspension, then I can bolt suspension to the engine and get it mocked up in the car. And then once everything is good to go in the car, then some craziness is going to happen, and I'll explain what. So as you guys can see right here, and as I've already explained, this is the NAG1 5-speed automatic transmission. Cool transmission, not going to use it. This is what I'm going to use. So you guys ready for this? Here it is. That's right, dudes. Boom! A freaking Tremec T56 6-speed manual transmission. So badass. But it's not just any T56. It's a Viper T56. So from what I've gathered from several people, hopefully not being mistaken, but the Viper T56s are a little bit stronger on the inside, and they've got better synchros for higher RPM shifting. So pretty excited to get this going. That's right, man. Freaking 6-speed manual swapping the car, as I should have just been doing from the beginning. But anyway, we're here now, so I'm pretty rad. So I picked this up for about $2,600 from a guy who pulled this out of his 2003 Dodge Viper. And there's nothing wrong with the car, it didn't get wrecked, and it's actually super low miles. This is only 14,000 miles on here. So what that guy's doing is he's just doing a twin turbo setup on the car, and he doesn't need the T56 because he's just going to be building a stronger TR6060. So I swooped in and bought it, and the only thing I noticed, it just has like a bad tail shaft seal. So I already ordered a new one. I've got it here, and I just need to install it. So also my buddy Alex, who had a Viper T56 in his 68 Charger, he sold the car and took all the stuff out, but he let me know that he had a bunch of T56 manual swap parts already. So he sent me this drive shaft that's already cut to length. He sent me his Willwood Hydro Boost master cylinder and brake system. Here is the cross member for it. Here is the Willwood clutch master cylinder and reservoir. Here are the amazing fun pedals that are in freaking fantastic shape. And then the cool thing is this badass piece of machinery. So he spent 60 hours designing and making this all billet aluminum pistol grip shifter. And so he made it so that the spine and the rest of the shifter are all one piece, but the two grips on either side can be pulled apart if you wanted to, do a different color or something like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take the two grips off and I'm going to powder coat those black, and then maybe powder coating the center in here black as well. But it's just, I don't know what I want to do yet, because it's just so nice, and I don't want to take away from like all that crazy machine work that's done to this. So I'm still a little in the air about what I want to do as far as color wise with that shifter, but I think it would look nice with the black grips and then the black on the center there. So pretty rad. And then I'm sure you guys have seen, I'm gonna move some stuff. Sorry, everything is a mess because I just been like getting shotgun parts, and I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff to the car as I go along, and it is a little overwhelming, but don't worry, it's going to get done, and you guys are going to see it. So I'm sure you guys have seen the Borgeson box sitting here, and maybe I mentioned it, but so Borgeson sent me this badass steering gear, and dudes, this is super cool, because the steering gear that I had over here was way clapped out, and it's got a ton of slop in it, and it was just really making it sketchy on the road to drive. So Borgeson sent me this steering gear, and then they also sent me the cooler for it. So you hook this up with the lines that they give you in the fittings, and that helps cool the fluid going from the power steering pump on the engines. It's over there somewhere. You guys have seen it. So it helps cool the fluid going from the pumps, because those HEMI power steering pumps put out a lot of heat, and these boxes generally want to be pretty cool. So they sent me the cooler with that, so I can just hook that up to the radiator. But since I'm running the manual transmission, maybe I don't need this, because I can just hook some lines up to the cooler lines that are already in the radiator that are, again, over there. So haven't decided what I'm going to do on that yet, but super glad I got this. And then Painless Performance also sent me their wiring harness and everything. So here's a clip that I took maybe like a week or so ago, talking about the Painless system. And so, because my car is a complete fire hazard with all the super sketch wiring that's in here, like seriously, there are like, I was looking underneath the dash and there are like frayed open grounds. Why this thing hasn't burned to the ground yet is beyond me. I don't know, but thankfully it hasn't. So Painless Performance went ahead and sent me their entire wiring harness for the car. I mean everything. Wipers, heater, the main harness for the whole car. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't need because it's like for the factory. But, I mean, literally everything is here. Alright, here is your main harness to the car. They've got it separated into 3 little sections there for you. And it does come wired up to a proper fuse block with fuses already in there, so you don't have to worry about that. And I'm super glad that they did that, because I'm kind of intimidated by wiring as it is, and Painless makes it painless. So you don't have to worry about anything. Every single one of these wires are labeled. It literally tells you where they go, which I've never seen that before, and that is the coolest thing ever. But yeah, so they've got like individually packaged other little sections, so like your wipers, heater, this is for your alternator, headlight plugs and wires, a couple flasher relays, other little assortments that you'll need, and then there's a couple rubber grommets in there that go through the firewall, and then they send you an assortment of connectors there for you, and you know, your dielectric grease. I'm pretty stoked, man. Like I said, this car is like a fire hazard just waiting to happen, and I'm really glad that Painless was able to help me out, because that's just one less thing I need to worry about while I'm on the road, driving across country, is having this car, you know, have some sort of crazy electrical thing and then just burn to the ground in front of me. I would probably cry. All right, and last but certainly not least is something that I've been waiting on for quite a long time. You guys have heard me mention it in a couple previous videos. It's something that I won from Mopar's 5150 when they were doing their Christmas giveaway, and it's badass. Check this out. All right, so here is the US Car Tool Motorsports chassis stiffening kit. This is their level 1 kit. So you've got the subframe connectors here, left and right. You've got the front torque box connectors, and you've got the rear torque box connectors, and these are going to really help stiffen the car up, because this thing has quite a little bit of a body flex, and I really don't want the HEMI to, you know, twist stuff or whatever. So it's just best that the car gets stiffened up, and the more you can do to your car to stiffen it up and or just, you know, make it safer, the better. So pretty stoked on that, and here's the instructions for it. You know, this is, I like how it says the short version, and then it goes over like, remove the seats and carpet, safely lift the car, weld it in, you know, that kind of stuff. But then it says like the long version and gives you all the instructions step by step, so that's really, really nice. So again, huge thank you to the guys at Mopar's 5150 for choosing me to win that, and thank you to US Car Tools for providing these kits to everyone that won them. Super rad. All right, boys and squirrels, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to give you like a quick update on what I've got going on, and there are more stuff that's going to be coming, and I really want to let you guys know that the installation videos are coming. It's just been kind of hectic with trying to get stuff here and back orders and whatnot. But now that I've got a bunch of stuff here, I can really start filming and documenting and putting out videos as far as like starting the actual HEMI swap process. So now that I've got the painless wiring harness, I'm going to start yanking out all the wiring in this thing. I'm probably actually going to start doing it today. And then film that, and then I'll start doing the installation on the wiring harness in a couple different series. And then I'm going to go over way more in depth on everything that Holly sent me, including, you know, like the frostbite radiator stuff and all the installation there. Oh, yeah, and also more in-depth videos, step-by-step, on like what I'm doing as far as like for the T56 manual swap, because you got to cut the trans tunnel out, you got to do a bunch of work, it's going to be crazy. And so I just want to let you guys know that videos are going to be coming. Please stick around, share it with your friends. And again, the reason why I'm doing this is because I haven't really found a whole lot of videos where people are documenting everything. So my buddy Dylan McCool, obviously you guys know who he is. He does like a super cool series. He did a super cool series on his Challenger, showing that process. But I want to make my own and kind of go over like every single aspect of the build. So that's what I'm doing. But again, thank you for stopping by, and dudes, we'll see you next time.